right, let's go, people. We recording?
Chit.
Yeah.
Hop right into it.
And I don't think they knew I actually had arterial. That's why I was shouting out so much. But I kind of compared their hardware to the NPCs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is more conducive to how you're trying to reach when you're doing certain things. Like they actually took the time to figure that out.
Think about it. And it has. I always like to say it has even their virtual instruments and their hard. It has as analog stuff should. It has that machine phone.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't get a real Jupiter, get Arturia and work off the model, and it will give you that same feeling without you having to spend $1,400 for one keyboard with one set of modules and sounds. Like, it's so expressive.
Doesn't Arteria have some of those Lindrums in it too?
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. But that's what I was saying. But Spark is made by them. And that has all the drums.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it got its own. Yeah, it's got its own few hardware.
Yeah.
You know, Wasp was another one too that it had. Yeah, that was that comparison.
Wasp? You talking about FL?
No, there's a drum machine called Wasp.
Oh, yeah, that's something now. For those of us,
Can you explain?
It's a drum machine.
Wasp, you're talking about Preludes, right?
Yeah, but it's actually called Wasp. It's yellow and silver, but it's made by the same company. But it's got a bunch of knobs. You can kind of tweak the drums how you want to tweak it, and it has that buzz sound to go along with it. So, like, I don't know if y'all familiar with the TR8. You kind of compress it a little bit when you're playing with the drums.
Literally, yeah.
So that's the significance of that. And then me, like how my setup was, I used to use like straight MIDI passing through one another. That's when I used the beat step. So I create everything else and just use my tempo just like that, and have create different melodies. And then I use the Wasp on top of that. And then I think I had the Mini Nova too. I still got the Mini Nova. The layer certain things because it came with its own soft, sweet.
I wanted the Mini Nova, man. I ain't messed with it yet, man. I want that Mini Nova.
Sweet, comes with its own vocoder and the mic on top of it.
But that's why I got the Corgan set. But I want the Mini Nova.
Hey man, Mike can work something out.
See? Let's do a flip-flop, man.
Mike can work something out. But so my top 5 ESTs are, of course, 1 is FL Studio, 2 is Arteria, 3 is Zeta Plus. I like it.
ZTA?
Yeah.
Kevin wanted me. Yeah, Kevin wanted me to use. He said, "Yo, check this out." I ain't never used it though. Explain it.
It's a subtractor, but it's got everything in the BST itself. So like if and it's kind of similar to the Arteria. The sound's a little different. It's made by Cakewalk. That gives you
like the Rapture.
And it actually came out by the same time as Rapture. It's like the cheaper version of it. It's only like $99. On sale it's $79. So it's got its own, like, you can EQ sounds, you can make echoes, delays. It has a sequencer on it by itself, and everything is like right there in the pack. So
I know the sequencer. I'm gonna mess with that when I get back to Charleston now. I didn't even
So
back up to that.
And that defeats the purpose of, like, if you got a bunch of other BSTs and things running, you kind of cut down on, I guess, the memory space when you run an FL Studio. So everything is right there. I kind of EQ how I want it, make a delay how I want to, make it come in that 1/16 note or something like that.
Use less energy, but get the same output. Smart man.
So that was 3 of them. 4. I don't know if we counted this, but T-Rax that's why I use to mix down.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a BST. That's a BST. That's what it is. Yeah.
So that's, of course, it's got a bunch of presets, stuff like that. I tweak things how I want to. When I'm doing, like, for example, if I'm using the Arteria, I use that in a particular channel, and I use like a T-Rax EQ for that. Instead of using the FL Studio, I use that because I feel like everything is real. You can kind of move it to the various centimeters.
Yeah.
Or if I just want to use a preset, say I'm gonna take all the bass out of something, cut all the bass, just like that. Yeah. And again, it kind of frees up your hardware space. You know what I'm saying? As you're playing, going back and forth. Got his own compressors. If I want to master, let me tell you why I got this thing, because I spent a few times sending tracks out to have somebody else master. And the shit comes back sounding exactly like how I sent it.
I'm trying to tell people. Do that at your own house.
You gotta bleep that, but
But do it yourself. You can do it yourself, but go ahead.
But I spent the first time, I don't want to call names, but there was a guy, one here in Columbia, I sent out, the mix down the track, and it sounded exactly like I'm literally pulling things up, played it on Windows Media Player and another software, and I'm looking at the numbers of the exact same. The exact same. This guy somewhere overseas, I was like, yo, can you, and I'm trying to figure things out too. That's the reason why I'm trying 2 or 3 times. Came back. It sounded just grainy. That's all. It was nothing else to it.
It actually was worse?
Worse, yeah. It was worse.
Because what they did?
Pushed it up.
It's right there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Push it by. Like,
you're supposed to fill in gaps, but keep quality.
Keep quality. Yeah.
That's the hard thing.
That's the reason why. Like I went to Sam Ash in North Carolina, and I was like,
what do I need to do?
Somebody educate me on this thing, this whole mixing thing, And he's like, you can go for Ozone or you can go for T-Rex. Now T-Rex has a bunch of playlists. Ozone is like the thing everybody likes now, but you have to work with it. Give me T-Rex because I'm going to get it done now.
Yeah, we get it done.
I don't want to spend too much time mixing. I know where I want to go with that. And lo and behold, it's got tons of different presets. You can master things. Like say if you got a rock song, you can add a little amperage to whatever you're using.
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or like the 808s, they got like presets just for using straight 808s. And it comes with different types of compressors. If you the type that you want to side chains with a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's got presets for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my number 2. My number 1 is probably a tie. It's by the same maker. It's actually by Superstar O.
How do you number 1 have a tie? You gotta have 5.
Well,
he said you can't have no tie.
Okay, so
I had an honorable mention.
a 2.5 or 1.5, however you want to call it, is 808 Massacre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a beast.
808 Massacre, and that's by Superstar O, Industry Kids. And the other one I have is called, I think it's called Heat Up.
Heat Up?
I think it's called Heat Up.
Yeah, I seen that. I was looking at that.
Heat Up. I don't know. I just look at it, think and pull it up, man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I seen this thing, man. Heat Up. I was like, Heat Up. And that's the thing, man. There's so many of them out there. It's like you could look at.
That's why it's a good topic.
But it's so many out there. And there's so many that we haven't named that people like, man, I swear, man, I ain't named nothing. This was the best one right here. And it's like, because there's so many quality.
Well, you said it's about doing what? Getting what you need to help your workflow.
Yeah. That's why people complain about stuff being so saturated, because they get confused and they don't know where to go. They don't know where to start when it comes to certain things. So, I mean, that's like I said earlier, is that I stick with the company. I can actually stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
me too. You know what else? Make it sound like that? Make it sound like old school people. Like, yo, I drive a Cadillac because that's what I rode. That's what my grandfather rode. But it makes sense because, like you said, it gets better.
It gets better, and then
updates. And
then you can, like I said, you can always update and stuff like that to keep up with the sounds that are going on right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I mean, that's why I use those two right there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think what it comes down to, especially for somebody that's starting out, I always tell them, you just need to go. It's just like any other profession or any other interest that you might have. You just gotta just do it. Because the only way you're gonna learn is just by doing it. You gotta go out there. You gotta go. If you want to make beats, yeah, you can download the kit or download whatever VST, but you just need to go in there and make beats.
Yeah.
Make beats. Now some of the shit you might make might be kind of hot.
Some of it
I'll be looking up.
might be hot garbage.
Yep, I got it.
Just tell the truth.
Yep.
Like, everybody here, with show of hands, who's made a beat that has been hot garbage and thought it and tried to pass it off. And so,
Kevin, we had beats, they had no snare drum in it.
But we had beats that had no drops. We just kept
do.
do.
They're like, are you good? Are you relaxed? Yo, what's up? Like we had to literally like, yo, all right, let's get this right. Egos aside, you know they ain't supposed to sound like that.
Yeah, it's
Oh, the beats was so hard.
You know it ain't supposed to sound like
You
that.
had to be there. Beats was so
You had to
bad,
see
man.
this, man.
I can only imagine like what the arguments would be like.
It was
That
hard.
sound like that's not it. That's not it.
It ain't supposed
That's
to
not
be
it.
like that.
What about?
Let me back up a little bit. Krypton VSTs. That's what I use, not heat up.
You know, Krypton.
Krypton, heat up is the actual newer version of Krypton, but Krypton is what I actually use.
Oh,
And then,
man.
like I said, it's by System Star O. They got some of the sound industry, but I like the piano from that.
But you know
The
what?
piano is
Keys are on point.
it's got a nice soft sound, and it's conducive to the type of music that I make. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of in your face, like. So yeah.
You know what?
I didn't cut you off, but
No, you're good. I wanted to add something to it. I think might be something very interesting for us to bring up.
What's that?
Even just, has anybody ever thought about making a VSC? Because you know you can make these yourself. You know, a lot of these companies do that. Have we ever?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's not.
It's
I don't think it would be my lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What was it the pros and the cons of it? They don't work out for me. So the cons they outweigh the pros. Because for instance, if I were to do that, I'll stop. I probably wouldn't really be making music like that anymore.
Yeah.
I would just be straight engineering only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's time consuming, right?
Yeah, because you'd be doing that, and the easiest thing to do if you're making the VSTs, right? Just mix stuff, engineer for people, because you make more money. You'd have to do less work because you're doing this all day, like you're creating VSTs, and literally as an engineer, what do? You make your own VSTs.
Yeah.
You got to make your own formats, your own racks, mixing anyway. You'd be doing it in a physical and in a virtual way.
That's true.
Because that's the cool thing about sidebar. The cool thing about Waves, is everybody likes Waves VSTs. Waves gives you the ability, if you know what you're doing, if you've ever literally built a rack to mix with, it gives you the ability to literally build racks and customize your rack all the way down to the nth degree. You can get your rack to do whatever you wanted to do, how you wanted to do it. Because I mess around with little waves, and I'll use the waves to set up racks for pre-processed effects to record. So say I want to record effects for vocals, I'm gonna run that stuff through Waves before it goes into the DAW. To do what? Stop processing overload.
Yeah.
To keep it from getting burnt. So by the time it gets there, there's no lag on it. It's not gonna be running behind, and it's gonna be processed smoothly. Like there's not gonna be any dropouts or anything. The effects are gonna sound great on the voice, etc. But yeah.
You ever dealt with Sound Toys?
No.
Sound Toys is kind of similar to the Waves. And their presets is ridiculous. But they got so many different plugins that they can use for effects and mix them down just like Waves. Just a little cheaper.
Because Waves is crazy. You can't get that many of them.
I mean, Waves is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they got those signature ones. It's like X amount of $100 or whatnot. But Sound Toys, like you can actually piece together a little bundle pack for like less than $200 or around $200. And I've seen industry folks use this. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Producer Grind a year ago, Beats by Sims was showing us how he mixed down his Gucci Mane and what's the dude name? Gucci Mane and what's the guy name?
Recent?
Make the trap
Trying to say,
say.
hey.
You talk about
OJ Juice Man. So he showed me a track how he mixed down that track that they did using those VSTs, and it was phenomenal. He's still rapping.
Yeah.
He's still rapping.
He's local.
And that was one of the questions that I was asking. Such like, where is because that track was actually produced by Drummer Boy, and it was a Gucci Man song that was, and
Dang, Drummer Boy.
the reason why we were supposed to listen to that track because it was supposed to come out. About a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Gucci Man, one of those albums, whatever.
And they came back out, yeah.
But that track never made the album.
Dang.
But yeah. But anyway, he used Sound Toys and showed us a different type of I forgot what's the name of one of them, but it showed how things just automatically pan back and forth, like the vocals and stuff like that. And that blew my mind. I was like, I never thought of even using that. But Sound Toys is just as good as Waves, what he was saying.
Because you're really, sometimes you're only paying for, and that's what I found out with Waves. Sometimes you're paying for the person's name.
Yeah.
Like the Abbey Road stuff. What's the guy's name? Like the mixer. I can't say the name at the moment. Mr. Maserati. his stuff that's
No,
up
no,
there.
you're talking about-
Yeah, like that's what it is.
T-Rex has those
Definitely.
T-Rex has those particular sounds too.
That's the point. So you
like
still
they
get the
get
same
those, they get
stuff.
those signature sounds and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I see this, man. Like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff for sound toys.
Yeah. So sound toys.
Then you see how you can create, like you can create your whole rack.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
A running process too. That's not expensive. You have to see the price. That is nothing, man. Wait, it's
Yeah.
like 1200, 1500,
Yeah, that's not bad.
800 to start. Like for real, I looked at it. You know, I looked at that stuff, man.
Talk about the start.
To start, like
Yeah.
literally.
Just to get it, skin in the game.
To get you something that would make, so you could actually sit down and say, okay, I could use this stuff to properly mix the track.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you was talking about doing your own VSTs, but we actually had a guy, actually part of the Beacon Collective. It was sponsored by Track Gods.
Yeah.
And every time they made something, they actually passed it on to him.
Oh,
So he had his
lucky
own
motherfucker.
particular sound. I'm not sure if he got it before it came out or whatnot, but we were saying it was legit.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Beats by Young.
Free shout out, yeah.
Shout him out.
Yeah. So Beats by Young, he was sponsored by, or maybe still is sponsored by Track Gods.
Cool.
So yeah, and
We like sponsorships, y'all. Sponsorships.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Especially when you make.
I think if you're a dope producer, there's gonna be some company, VST company of some sort is gonna reach out to you, or you can reach out to them and see what happens.
Yeah.
What's the worst they can say is no.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
That's it.
Man, that
Yeah.
might be something good for this podcast.
You're on the line.
that is at the
Yo, put something back up. I'm on here.
yeah at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want sponsorships and stuff like that to keep us running,
Yep.
to keep us running, and not just for showboat and stuff of that nature.
Money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it about VSTs. You got any other gripes or questions or?
I don't have enough VSTs. I need more.
No. Oh,
I don't
one
need-
thing I did want to say. You were saying earlier. This made so much sense. The VST you pick. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to think any of the things that we talked about today were cool. It's the sound that you want.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What
most
is the
definitely.
sound that fits for you? What's your wheelhouse, your comfort zone? Those you have to find VSTs that match that for you. Because if you don't, you'll be out here making somebody else's music, and you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah. One of the things, like I know when I buy a VST, you ain't gonna. I gotta actually learn it.
Yeah.
You gotta actually learn it because it doesn't make sense. It's like I said, spend X amount of money on a VST. You only using 2 knobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
you only using this one preset. I know like Contact has tons of presets and stuff like that. And Nexus and Sura, those huge VSTs got tons of presets, but you be hearing the same sound on a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Because they stop right here. They go down 10 sounds.
Yeah, so like that's one of the things I do recommend. Like any VST you pick, spend an afternoon or two, go play with sounds, play with some new sounds, play with those buttons and knobs. That's what they're there for. And that's what your dollar being spent as well as far as the VSTs.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? So, and then you, like I said, based on your budget, you got to shoot for the highest VST just because it's out there. It's the cool thing to use. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've heard industry guys, and I use it myself, free VSTs. That's a good thing to start out with, so you know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Before you start spending your paper.
Before you start putting your thing. Or like I say, I use industry kits from Superstar Oak. Not that I'm shouting and plugging them, but I like it sample.
Yeah.
It fits me a whole lot, so that's why I use this stuff. you know?
Smart.
So, yeah.